Let's talk food and wine in Tonia's kitchen. Here is Tonia King.
Joining me today is Joe Carr, one of the top wine experts in the nation and founder of Josh Cellars. So nice to chat with you, Joe.
Yeah, great to chat with you.
I got to tell you, I always seem to have a bottle of your Cabernet sitting on my dining room table, and that definitely warms you up on a cold winter's night. This whole thing with dryuary or dry January seems to be a new thing that's taken off, a whole new concept. So it seems that you have come up with a great way to celebrate it with your new Prosecco.
Yeah, I started Josh Cellars almost 20 years ago, and it was a tribute to my dad, Josh. He was actually a lumberjack. He was a hardworking guy, and he put his family first. And I always wanted to create something that would honor his values and the kind of person he is. And, over the years, Josh Cellars has grown into a pop culture favorite, and it's America's #1 premium wine. So, we create lots of different wines, and the opportunity to create a dry sparkling wine came across the table, and we're like, yeah, why not? My mom was diabetic, and she was always bugging me, like, Joe, when are you going to make a non-alcoholic wine so I can be part of the party? She wanted to be part of the party, so we did. We did.
How do you make a non-alcoholic wine?
I've been making regular Prosecco with a fifth generation winemaking family, the Posies, up in the Prosecco region of Italy. It's the one wine that we make outside of California, and really great folks. They've been doing it a long time, and we became very good friends and built this beautiful winery. And it's a relatively simple process. You're basically making a regular sparkling wine, but you arrest what we call arresting the fermentation. So it doesn't go through a full fermentation. It has all those great fruit flavors like pear and peach, and the sparkling component with the injection of sulfur dioxide, but it doesn't have the alcohol. We add a little bit of muscat in there, which is very great varietal. Again, not fermented, and that gives it just a real complexity and richness. And it just came out. It's brand new, and we're pretty excited about it.
I can't wait to try it. You're really serving a wide area of people that have not been able to drink or don't want to drink because of the alcohol. And now you're providing something really, really special to add to their menu planning.
Yeah, well, we want everyone to come to the party, and, not just by itself. There's all these mixologists, particularly in Boston, that are coming up with mocktails. So you make a Bellini, which would be our Josh sparkling wine with like a peach raspberry juice, or a Bellini, the classic Venice Bellini orange juice, and also that has some peach to it as well, or a mimosa.
Mimosas or the French 75 drinks.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the list is endless, and like I said, everyone can come to the party, and younger people are also watching their drinking, and it just all fits in.
Let's talk about pairing some food. Any suggestions? I know that you have a lot of great recipes on your website.
Yeah, well, my wife was Italian American, so we always have Italian food, pizza, antipasta. It was always a challenge to see who made the best gravy. I'm Irish, so I guess I didn't know how to do it. Italian food, Mediterranean cuisine. All of these things would go great with sparkling wine. Sure.
Definitely crosses lots of different barriers, adding that nice little sparkling touch. It just makes an event extra special.
Yeah, I mean, in Italy, they call it a spritz. Everyone has a spritz.
Oh, yeah.
You can buy them. You can buy them on the roadside. I was just in Veneto in Venice, and just saw it everywhere. So we're really happy to be making these wines, as well as our entire portfolio of wines: Cabernet Sauvignon, Chardonnay, Sauvignon Blanc. We have a new wine called Sea Swept, which is a blend of Sauvignon Blanc with Pinot Grigio, and that's become really the new big thing for our portfolio as well.
That sounds great.
You go on our website, you go on joshcellars.com, and you can look up all of the wines that we make, and you can find a store near you. If you like YouTube, you can go on YouTube. I've had 150 million views on YouTube. Josh Cellars and my journey, pop culture phenomenon.
It really is. It like I said, there's always seems to be a bottle on my table. I just want to talk to you for a little bit about some of the other blends that you have, because you have a wide variety of Cabernets, for example. Interested in the bourbon barrel-aged one, and that's really interesting. Is that something that you came up with, or your winemaker?
Yeah, this great winemaker, Wayne Donaldson, who is actually Australian. And I worked in Australia for a number of years, and I met Wayne, and he's just this really creative, think outside the box kind of winemaker. And we had a business. Our other company was working with a bourbon producer, and Wayne went down and said, "Hey, why don't we age Cabernet and maybe Zinfandel in bourbon barrels for a couple of months?" And this amazing product came about that just had this richness, and those bourbon drinkers really liked it. So. Yeah, I mean, we're all about innovation. I mean, I don't believe in fads, but I really like thinking outside the box. And we've come up with a number of different wines that are just different and great and really well received.
Where are your vineyards located in California?
Yeah, well, we buy grapes from anywhere from Napa, Sonoma, Mendocino. We make wine down in the Central Coast. We also get grapes from the Paso Robles region, which is south of San Francisco, and we have a big bottling facility up in Hopland, which is north of Mendocino. So we get grapes from all over California.
I know as the growing season changes, and there's so many factors involved, climate and whatnot, that can really affect each year's vintage. Has the past year been a good one for you? Have you noticed anything different with this year's?
We're lucky. Because we have such a widespread sources of grapes. If one region, has a hot vintage, we're able to blend grapes in from other areas. So we always have this consistency, and we've been very fortunate. And there is global warming, and it is getting warmer, and harvest is getting earlier. But because we're so widespread, we really have an advantage.
We are talking with Joe Carr, founder of Josh Cellars, and the new non-alcoholic sparkling wine is available now everywhere, right?
Yeah, go on joshcellars.com. We just brought it into Massachusetts. Yeah, go on joshcellars.com, and you'll be able to find a store near you.
It's really been a pleasure chatting with you, Joe. Good luck with this particular brand, but everything else that you're doing. I'm a big fan.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for your time today, Joe. Thanks for tuning in. We hope you'll subscribe to this podcast as we continue to take you around the world of food and wine on Tonia's Kitchen.